G'day everyone and welcome to another episode of Drew's Adventures. I'm joined today by Heather and Werner, and you'll find their links in the description below. We're going to be having a look around the town of Wanbi. Now, I'm going to put a few statistics up for you about the town and how the population has risen and fallen in the last 20 years or so. And what we're going to do is have a close look at some of the little buildings in this town, some of the streets, and maybe even talk to a local or two. First thing that I want to show you all is the former Wanbi Hotel. This right here is the car park, I believe, for the pub. And it's no longer operating as a hotel per se. But here is the sign up here. There we go, look at that folks. There's an old sign and a half. The Wanbi Hotel in the heart of the scrub, stumps and sand. And I reckon that would have been a water pump, perhaps. I'm not too sure, but I think that's what it would have been. There would have been a light up the top there as well at some point. Now it still is privately owned, I believe, but it's not operating as a licensed premises anymore. So let's go and have a wander anyway, as close as we can get. Look at that. That is awesome. Look at the old side glass here on this door. Says Port to Win, I think, Wanbi Pub, and it's got stained glass of magpies there. Look at this. This is old school, folks. Try and get that to reflect properly, but it says Wanbi Hotel and it has a tiger as its icon. I wonder when this place last operated as a pub. You can see the frosted glass with the lounge written on it. Love the old lamps. I don't know what that represents. Nagallo or Nallo. That's pretty cool. Down next to the pub, we've got an old dray. Now, there's a very interesting story that I'll put a link to in the description, and it talks about a poor fellow who was actually run over by one of these drays. And it's a very interesting story and a very sad story. The chap was loading up grain and left the property that he was working on, tried to slow the horses down, and apparently got tangled up and met his demise very quickly in the wheel of one of those kinds of drays right there. I'm just going to walk along the main street now. I reckon this might have been the old general store. What do you all think? It's got some writing up there, but I can't tell what it says. And still occupied, so that's nice to see. We're going to walk down to the hall, and I'll show you that. The Wanbi Hall, which was built in 1925. While we're talking about Wanbi and its establishment, I'd like to mention that there was another story I found in my research, and the story was that one of the pioneers who was helping to build the railway and other infrastructure out here, he met with a tragic passing in the bush camp he was in. So he was found by his mate in a bush camp, like out in the bush out there that you can see, and the poor fellow never made it to be able to see this town completed. Now it's a railway town, it's on the Karoonda rail line, which is no longer. And here is what remains of the Wanbi Memorial Hall from 1925. The dedication stone is still here. February the 7th, 1925. Foundation stone was laid by F.M. Macmillan MP, presented by W.H. Arney Esquire J.P. So J.P. is a Justice of the Peace. What we'll do is we'll see if we can go for a wander down the side here and check this little hall out. Sadly, as you can see, it is crumbling. Time is taking its toll on this building. You can see they've got it all boarded up and fenced up. And I'm going to say that based on the number of feathers down here, there are probably pigeons mostly living in this now. Here is the rear of the hall. Don't know if we can have a look inside. Let's just see. No, it's been bolted shut sadly, but you can hear the pigeons up there. That is literally a party of pigeons. Now I think this section right here would have also been part of the hall at some point, but it appears that it has been removed. Oh, there they are. There's the pigeons. Heaps of them. You just have to think of how many ballroom dances were held in a hall like this here at Wanbi. So this, folks, is all that's left, I think, of the post office here in Wanbi. So we've got a little simple letter postal box and some PO boxes as well. It's a very unique post office, I have to say. Not every day you see a post office made from a little shed and half of what looks like a little trailer, in fact, of some sort. Love that old school design. And there's the postcode 5310. They've got the old Commonwealth of Australia logos on these post boxes. This here might be the parcel box, perhaps. I'm not too sure. I don't know what that would be otherwise, but it's a very unique design for a post office here at Wanbi. So just wandering along the main stretch of road in Wanbi, and check out this old sign here. Now, I cannot read that for the life of me. You can sort of make out some letters on that. I don't know if it's cordial or what that was, but I'm wondering if this was the general store once upon a time. That would have to be probably one of the most original buildings here in Wanbi. I reckon this right here might have been where the petrol bowsers were. So we've got two of them. There's one there and one here. I reckon that might have been, tell me what you think, everyone on the channel, is that what would have once been a petrol bowser base? Here's something else here, folks. At Wanbi, we've got the Soldiers Memorial Playground, and it is on the main street, which is dedicated to those who served in the wars and were from this district. It's actually pretty good. If you're a kid and or a family travelling, you might want to pay this place a visit. It's free as well. It's got sort of nature play stuff here and balance beam, and of course swings. Everyone knows in Australia swings are one of the things that make a decent playground. On a bit of a mission, everyone, to try and find what remains of the Wanbi train station. Now, it was decommissioned. I'll find out when and I'll put that up on the screen. And this railway line was the Karoonda rail line. It had passengers and goods as well. Trying to work out where the old platform was. I'm pretty sure that if we had Mike from Outdoorstype, he would know exactly where the old platform was, but this is what remains of the actual line. It doesn't look too bad, all things considered. You could still imagine railways running along this track. So I just wanted to ask, what's it like living here, and what's your name, and what things do you think could be improved, or what things do you love about being out here?
Well, my name's Danny. I've only been living out here for a few months.
Yep.
Absolutely love it. Love the fresh air. Love the country. The only thing I would improve is probably open up the pub again, I reckon. Honestly. Yeah, but other than that, like, kids love it. We love it. Dogs love it.
Yep.
So, yeah, it wouldn't really change much except for the pub, really.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you very much for that, Danny. There's the old playing courts, tennis courts. Check that out. And you can still see the hooks here for the nets, and even some of the lines here on the court themselves. Little tiny club rooms, not much, if much at all. It's a single little bench here and a wash basin. Appears to be an old paper plate down there, but no evidence of any activity for some time in here. I think over here may have been a small sand pit for children to play in. I think. Looks like a sand pit. No signs on that though. Oh, here we go. Over here we've got evidence of old play equipment just discarded and pushed over.